Hey, it's a RimWanderer here, looking to go on that new journey. Now, when I was thinking about what I could do for this video series, I was thinking, oh, what kind of playthrough can I do? Maybe I can do like save our ship and travel the galaxy, or maybe I can make some really big, massive atomic base. And I'm sure I will do those in the future. But I was thinking, oh, what can I do that's really special? And I thought, actually, since 2016, I've only just built a base. That's the only thing I've done. Whether it's spacer, industrial, medieval, tribal, I've always just built a base and just stayed in the same map tile for the entire time. Maybe sent out a few caravans. That's the most I've ever done. And I thought, what would be really interesting to do, a thing that I've never done before, is to go completely nomadic style with a tribal star and just travel around the globe following like the basic seasonal things we have, and just being as aggressive and as adventurous as I possibly can be. And as a newbie, I think interesting things are going to be happening on this playthrough. So let's go, Wanderers. Now for this playthrough, I'll be using the Lost Tribe scenario start, but I'll also be editing it and adding in a research speed modifier to make it a bit slower so I don't use it too much. I will also be playing with Cassandra as the narrator, and I'll be using the Blood and Dust difficulty. Now for this playthrough, I'm going to be having some house rules to make this the most authentic nomadic playthrough I can do. Now, number one, I have to move on from a tile every season, so I can't stay in one tile for more than 15 days. Even if I only have one colonist that can move, I have to leave that tile. Number two, I can't use weapons I haven't researched yet, so I can't use some nice space weapons. I can only use like bows, spears, and clubs and whatnot. Number three, I can't use drop pods or shuttles or any other mod that adds vehicles. I can use the Gideon mod to tame animals to ride, but I would say that's fairly authentic. Now the last one is less a rule and more of a spirit of the playthrough. I'll be trying to be playing really aggressive and really daring, like raiding bases and taking quests to go to ruins and stuff, to make this a really exciting playthrough for you guys. Now, for the planet, my seed is Spear, and I've used my own document to generate these other stats, and I have overall rainfall is towards low, overall temperature just above normal going towards high, and population just below crowded. So I think this is going to have some interesting effects on the planet. Let's have a look. And here we are to our very arid planet. It's going to be interesting, I think. So let's have a look at some of the average temperatures. So we've got 31 to 42 degrees, -7 to 31, 70 to 39. I mean, it's not the worst. It's not the worst planet I've ever seen. It's not comfortable either, though. So I'm just going to set down a random site, and that's where we're going to be starting from. And here we go. We're going to be starting in a small hills area. Movement is 1.5. Granite, sandstone and marble. Elevation 461 meters. Average temperature 17 to 39, and with an average of 27.9 Celsius. Year-round growing. Rainfall only 441 millimeters. A lot of agave food, 25% forageability, and animals can graze. Average disease frequency 0.7 per year, and time zone -3. I think it's not too bad. It's not too bad of a start, and as you can see over here, we've got some settlements. So I think it could be quite an interesting start. We've also got some roads going up from here, and I'll go into those details later when we have more time. Now, here are our colonists, and I have to say I'm quite happy. I got these randomly, and I'm quite happy with the skill spread. Medical could be better, but overall I think this is a good spread for a nomad group. Now, the first one is Jadabanbor, or Turkey as I renamed her, because I'd rather not say her name every video, so I changed it to Turkey. And yeah, I'm really happy with that super immune. That's really good. Cannibal is fairly useful because we probably will have some bodies we need to eat. And the shooting and melee skills are fairly good. We got Dinosaur, also female, and it could be better, but he's got good melee, but that doesn't really go well with thin skin. But oh well. Yeah, oh well. Then we have Chimpanzee, and I think he's going to make a really good, trader. So that's a good thing to have, and he's industrious as well, and he's a cannibal, which makes it even better. Then Gray, who's a loner, which he's got a few addictions, but that's okay. But look at that planting skill, look at that cooking skill, and look at those animal skills. Shooting skill, really good as well. This is going to be a really key colonist in this group for this nomad run. And finally, Engo, who's a scout. Good shooting, good cooking. Nervous, yeah, not great, but he's a jogger, so good movement speed. So overall, I'm quite happy with this colonist group that I'm going to be playing with for the next few episodes, I hope. Let's see how long it lasts. Also, I just want to point out, I do get 3 animals randomly with the Lost Tribe start, and I'm not going to look at them. I'm going to find out what they are, and at that point I'm going to decide, are these worth keeping, or are they just there to get slaughtered? Because for a nomad playthrough, dogs, useful. Cats, not so useful. Good for clothes, I guess. And Yorkies as well. But let's see what I get, and then let's decide what I'm going to do with them. So, here we are, our first map tile. And it's not too bad. It's rather arid, but it's not too bad. We've got a few shelters that we can very easily repurpose for temporary stay. And we've also got a few beds that we can quickly move across just to make it a bit more comfortable, and a table. You can't eat without that table, can you? Now, we've got some agave fruit over here. And then also, in terms of animals, we've got a few hyenas around the map somewhere. Yeah, like here. And that's fairly useful because they're going to provide some good food sources, and where we're also going to get some skins from as well. Now, on top of that, we also have our own animals, and I sort of jinxed myself with this because I said, I hope it's not cats, and I got 2 cats. And I also got a gecko, and this gecko has got a bond with one of the colonists. And if we can see here, yes, you see you've got a bond with a chimpanzee. Now, I'm sort of mixed about this because a gecko is probably going to get bitten by probably one of these hyenas very quickly. Now, of course, I can put him inside, but my point is that it's not able to defend itself very well. It might be better to kill it off now rather than later, but I don't know, because the start's very important, especially with this type of run, because we need to get all the resources we can. But yeah, I think it's a fairly good start. The cats are going to be processed as well, of course. I think the best thing would be to repurpose this house. So I'm just going to finish off some of the sides. And put a door here. So after I got the shelter finished, I decided, let's work on the jobs, because I need to start hauling things, and I need other colonists to go around and go cut the plants so we can get some vegetation in to, make peppermint and stuff like that. So I set all the jobs up. So here's the jobs all finished now. That's what we're going to be setting out for the main jobs. In terms of, now the next step is, in terms of that, we need to get all the agave fruit cut harvested, and cut. Harvested on this map that we can. And then we need to make a zone for all our stuff. I'm going to put that in here for now. Okay, I think I'm ready to unpause. Needs... I might just go straight for slaughter on those. Bye bye. Sorry, cat lovers. The gecko I'm going to leave for now. Maybe like be like a little mascot. Now, those two last decisions I'm going to regret in a bit. You're going to see later on. But before we get to that, I just forgot to mention something about Turkey that's quite important. Now, what else? Well, we could go... Ah, yes, I forgot to mention Turkey is our leader, by the way, because I do have the leadership mod, and that lets you choose who's going to be the leader of your colony. So we have Turkey is going to be our leader. So I just said before, I really regret those two decisions, and I do. But from the looks of it, everything's going well. We're getting the agave fruit in, we're getting the beds in, the shelter's getting finished. However, I really regret killing the cats and leaving the gecko, because RimWorld, or Randy should I say, really deals at the karma pretty hard. Let's watch. Okay, bye bye cat. And also, we got our first bed in, and I just realised that turkeys are dunce, which is... I told you this would happen. Okay, well, it's time to get our fighting shoes on. Oh god, I've got myself in a mess here. There we go. Well, that's a good start. It's not too bad. Come on, you can get over that turkey. Famous last words. What do I have left? After my very sympathetic response to Turkey's situation, I decided everyone needed a morale boost, so let's get started slaughtering the cats and the coyote, because that's everyone wants to eat, right? After that situation. And so I just put a minor extension onto the shelter. I know I was certainly upbeat. Well, sort of. It's looking like a good first day by the looks of it. Well, sort of good. I mean, our leader just got bitten to death by a coyote, and we missed every shot that we could possibly have, and yeah, but oh well. Yeah, I've got the hygiene mod, so they're gonna go wash off in these water pools around the area. I don't think there's much I can really do about that at the moment. I can make a water tub. Or perimeter well. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Definitely shorten that where they're going to and from. I'm not happy with this situation. Yeah, so that gecko is... Maybe I'm going to regret letting him live, because so far it's causing a lot more issues than it needs to. Okay, an end to a day. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Okay, start for day 2. And So after the first day, I decided to do less of a diary format and more of a highlight one. And as you can see, I start working on the well, I start finishing off the butcher room, and I explore one of the shelters, or ruins should I say, around the map. Because I really want to get started on butchering animals fairly soon, and I'm waiting for Turkey to get healed.
Another double bed. Can we fit one more in?
So I wanted to use the butcher station for the main reason that the butcher spot just doesn't get enough resources, and we really needed food, so I didn't want to waste time doing that. On top of that, it doesn't weigh that much. I opened the dialogue box to show you it's about 23 kilograms, and each person can carry 35, so it's not that much considering we have 5 people. Now, me choosing to produce peppermint in here is a bit of a throw forward, but it's probably a mistake, but it depends on your opinion which is more important, but you'll see what I'm talking about when we get to it. For some reason, I'm really worried and concerned for Turkey, but I'm not concerned about the fact that Engo is really fucking up here, as you can now see. So yeah, basically, Engo started a biological disaster, and I guess you could sort of blame me with the fact that the fire is outside and I have a bad chef, but that sort of irks me on 2 levels. The first one is the fact, why would I put a fire inside a wooden shelter? I mean, RimWorld is essentially punishing me for making the logical choice. Why would I put a fire in a wooden shelter? It would be, everything would go up in flames, literally. Secondly, I don't have much choice for the chef. I mean, Engo is only slightly worse than Grey, and he's going to be much better in the future, luckily. So he's gonna rapidly learn how to do cooking, so that's great. But he's not much better a chef than Grey. Now, another aspect that really irks me is if I was doing like fine meal where I was having multiple ingredients and we're doing it outside, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I can see how that could cause food poisoning. But no, we're just cooking steaks. And steak is one of the easiest things you can cook. Not to cook it well, mind you, but just to cook it without food poisoning, giving food poisoning to people. And yeah, all you need to do, get a rock, heat it up to a suitable temperature, put the steak on, wait till it goes dark brown, done. It doesn't have to be good, but it won't give you food poisoning. And I'm just like, well, the game's punished me as if I'm like trying to do a seafood restaurant from a trash can. I'm not. I'm trying to do the most basic food on a rock. I'm sorry, RimWorld. I'm sorry. I didn't mean all of that, but I just had to get that off my chest. Well, anyway, I guess the hunting can be a bit better, right? Oh, come on, dinosaur. Is that the best place to chunder, really? This hyena is really knowing how to troll me right now, I swear. Finally. I had no idea how long it was going to take to get that hyena, but we've finally done it. Now, I was a bit...
and that's definitely
hunting didn't look good today, let's put it that way, but I'm glad to say it did get better. And I'm actually serious with this.
But oh well. So now I've got most of the animals.
See, I told you I was serious. After a few days, we'd got all the animals in the bag. Now, after I'd done that and there was no more plants to collect, I decided it was time to move on. But just as I was deciding that, guess what turned up? You'll never guess because it's from a mod, but let's just see.
here is a really important animal. The Ave is really fast. 7 cells per second. The only problem is I have nothing I can tame it with, which is a real shame at the moment.
So yeah, do you remember that throw forward I did before? Well, yeah, that's why I probably shouldn't have made pepperminkin, because I used all the agave fruit that was on the map, and yeah, that wasn't helpful in this instance, because I really could have tamed one of these. And actually, Grey is really good at taming animals, and I had quite a high chance at taming them. So they would have been really useful for 2 things. 1, they carry a lot of stuff, and 2, when I get more animals in the future, I can mount them, and yeah, they are really fast mounts to use. However, it's not really bad luck, because some would argue that now I have more pepperminkin, I can travel further, and because I don't have animals that I need to feed constantly, there's less strain on resources, and that's all true. So we're going to move on now about when I'm going to be starting to move on from this tile.
Right, so now we're starting the process of leaving, and I'm leaving because, like I said before, there's just not enough stuff here. The animals are too dangerous now. But just before we go, I'm going to be a bit daring and a little bit. And we're going to check out this place and just see what's inside. And there's nothing. Yay. Okay, it's day 5 now and it's time to move on. So I've got everything ready to move. It's going to go to the world screen. So we can have a real detailed look at this now. Now, as you can see, there's quite a few factions around here. We've got a bandit faction over there, so I'm going to guess like industrial. We've got another industrial town there. We've got 3 tribal here, 2 of them neutral, which is alright. I mean, if I'm going to attack anyone, I think it's going to be this settlement over here. So we might as well make our way slowly over there. Form caravan to go there. Except now we're going to go there. I'm going to take pretty much okay, no, not the granite chunks. Not the marble chunks either. We don't need them. See, yeah, it would probably be better, more useful taking all the wood, because we need that for fires and stuff, and we need to make stuff out of it. We probably need to make a shelter again. So yeah, we're going to move on, because there's not much else to get from here. So yeah, off we go. Okay, we're on the move. We're on the move now. Going off to new places, going off to see new things. With our gecko, with our Trouble the Gecko. And he definitely brings a lot of trouble with him. So we're on the world map now. And so if we abandon, what would that do? I'm not sure. I'm going to leave it for now. Because yeah, I have no reason to say, oh, let's abandon it. But perhaps it's going to cause, I mean, what ones if I don't know. I'll leave it for now, but we're on to new things, so let's see what happens when we get there. So if you want to set up another base, I didn't know this. You want to set up another base, you have to abandon again. I mean, I could just set up camp, but I have no idea what that does exactly. Like I said, I'm a complete newbie to this. I'll think about it. I found you can increase the amount of colonies you want. I've increased it to 5, so I guess every 5th one I'm going to have to abandon the first one, because I don't know why I want to keep it, but I guess it would be just a prudent thing to do for now. So let's have a see what's here. Oh well. And here we are on the second map, and it's looking even better, and I should tell you why. Look at this. almost completed, and with a wooden hand tailor bench, and with a poker table. I mean, that's pretty good, I have to say. We've got some structures up here, but I have to say that is pretty darn sweet. Now, there's a structure up there as well. Now, in terms of animals, we've got a boom bat. This must be... that's interesting. Desert tortoise. More hyenas. Okay. Well, we might as well start moving everything over there. And here we've been asked to name the faction. So I don't know. Trouble geckos. That seems like a good. Seems like a good name. The Trouble Geckos. Yes, and put down new area. I won't bother renaming it because apparently it changes every single time. Over here, and you stupid gecko, get in here. Lol. Okay, well, I think I'm going to end it for there because we're going to go over this area in the next episode. So, look forward to seeing you then. I'm really enjoying this run so far, and I think we're already putting the game to its limits, apparently, so let's see how far we can push it.
Just before the credits roll, I'd like to say thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I'm sure there's more for you to enjoy. If you have any feedback, put it in the comments and I'm sure to read it. See you on out, Wanderers.